Hi, Stephen Walker here. Recently, we had a presentation at my LinkedIn group from Gavin Tweedy and James Napier of Net Zero Scotland. They told us about Net Zero Scotland and what it was doing to provide a means for smaller businesses to move towards a more sustainable future. But they did much more than that. Now, I don't know when you're watching this, and by now it may well be pretty evident what's happening in the business world. But right now, the smaller businesses, I believe, just don't see what's coming. So COP26 is being held in November 2021 in Glasgow, and they have various goals. So the great and good countries want to agree to net zero by 2050. 2050 sounds a long way away to someone as old as me, but it's only 29 years. So you go from where you are now to net zero. In other words, your contribution to the carbon in the atmosphere, if you like, is zero by 2050. So that's already about 3.5% a year. Leave it 3 years. I don't know what year this is. So now there are things that are changing. The financial sector is being targeted with moving investment from fossil fuels to green solutions. More than that, they're being pushed to not invest in organizations that simply don't have a sensible, sustainable policy. And this doesn't just mean the one plant that you might have in the UK or in France. It means your entire supply chain. And the EU is going to raise legislation to put tariffs, if not absolute bans, on products, services from companies that aren't meeting the sustainability goals. This is becoming serious. And government contracts are going to be limited to those companies that can show, as part of their massive paperwork, that they're moving towards net zero in a sustainable way. So the things that are going to be impacted more and more over the next few years are your sources of finance, tariffs against your products, and of course also your employees. People, generally speaking, want to work for someone that's doing the right things. And if you are destroying the planet, then they're not going to be too happy about that. So you find it harder to get employees. You'll have to pay more pressure on costs. And of course, customers too. We've already seen various customer revolts about people having bad supply chains, doing bad things. And you know what happens to your market then. It simply closes quite quickly. Now, Net Zero Scotland has been set up to provide a source of information for those smaller businesses, those SMEs that can't afford a whole raft of people versed in sustainability issues. And they're providing a platform where you can access a framework in order to be able to measure where you are now, because without that, how can you tell you've moved to net zero and what you're achieving? And also some tools to help you start to reduce. So it seems like a great initiative to me. I don't know if there's one in England. There may well be. I'm sure someone will tell me if there is. But why aren't we doing this? Why aren't we starting to look at it quite seriously? 29 years. 29 years. So don't delay. That's my message. Don't delay. Look at it straight away. At the moment, this is a fairly hidden thing from most small businesses. But it won't be hidden for long. This is going to come charging out of the undergrowth and sweep away a lot of businesses. If you think 29 years is a long time, it's not. It won't take too long. So the business environment is tilting away from fossil fuels. There is absolutely no question. So if you want to look them up, Google Net Zero Community Scotland. I'll put some links in this LinkedIn chat. But really, this business disruption is creeping up on us. Let's act now. So Stephen Walker, Motivation Matters, creating environments where people will be able to work.